back again.
We ain't going nowhere.
We ain't going nowhere.
It was a light hibernation.
Yes, a little hiatus. Like, you know how we do. And we always come back to it, of course.
Summer vacation goes into fall, the last quarter. Productivity.
Right.
We just have to collect. You know, we are sitting on a bunch of things.
Yes.
Well, we're producing a bunch of things. And one of the laws of power says not to broadcast everything.
Yes.
You know, it's like a pregnancy.
Yes.
You say it when it's done.
Yes.
So we're ruminating on things, and the longer things season, the better they taste.
Absolutely, I like that.
Let's put that on one of the on one of the quotes. I don't want to quote myself too much though. We can't quote ourselves, right? And like, well, we're gonna publish.
We could do what we want.
Listen, that's to come, soon to come.
Right. Welcome back to Hush Hush Taboo Talks with Juju and Shay. I'm Shay.
I'm Juju.
And we are back again for another episode. This is our astrology episode, astrology segment.
Yes.
Zodiac signs. So we're gonna get into Leo, since we did not do a full episode on Leo. We're gonna do on Leo and a little bit of Virgo. So we're gonna merge the two in, and we're talking about a little bit on sun signs and moon signs. So
absolutely,
yeah.
Let's get it started. We did a post. If y'all were looking, we did it.
Hopefully y'all looking and y'all liking and y'all following.
Engage, please engage. It's free 99.
It's free
it takes a bit of
Come
energy.
on.
That's all it is. I know you looking because I see y'all looking. So just go ahead and like if you want.
Yes.
So the post is as follows: the pessimist complains about the wind. The optimist expects it to change. The realist adjusts the sails. And that's by William A. Ward. I don't know him outside of that quote, but it's a powerful quote.
Yes,
and I said, this is good for. So I'll just read from directly because I was channeling energy, and I feel like this was potent. Leo into Virgo, because Leo is about ownership and authorship, owning what you author, owning your agency.
Yes.
But Virgo is a good transition. They're not quite the same, but it's taking the reins in your life.
Yes.
And this theme just resonated with me. So if you follow Hush _ podcast,
which you should be
on IG, please do like and subscribe and all the above. We posted happy autumn. Happy Virgo season, happy new moon in Virgo, and happy Mercury Direct. These are a lot of and happy Leo season, by the way. Happy belated Leo season.
Come on with it.
I was celebrating because I'm a Leo, and we go overboard sometimes. I celebrated for a couple of weeks, but you were like, "That's okay."
I was like that, yeah.
I didn't know. I thought it was just one day, and I'm like, "Well, Beyonce gets a week.
No, celebrate the whole month, honey."
Can we? That's what I'm saying. So, and we can still be productive and do all these things. Happy all of these things. Now is an especially good time to exercise the agency that we have in our lives. It's all we can control, and it's enough. What you have authorship of in your life. There was a period over the summer where I felt like a lot of things were happening that were outside of me that I didn't have control over and that I didn't know how to begin to fix with the control I had. So it wasn't dark necessarily. It was just it was murky. When you're confused, I like to have control of my life, not of everything. Just that would be nice, but that's definitely a far-fetched notion. But just of my life, that's enough. That was the point. And I just felt like that was slipping. Like I felt like there was so many things happening outside of myself that I did not either intuit that was going to happen, or I wasn't prepared for.
Right. And
then I'm like, you know what? If it's all a simulation, right? Or if if this is all what we make it, then in my head, I'm talking to myself, I'm like, then don't make it so dire. Like feel it. And I get Cancer moon. I can dwell sometimes. So I had to snap myself out of it.
Right.
And we were going to take the sabbatical anyway, because that's what it's healthy to work for 9 or so months and then take off for 4 or so months. That's, or whatever the math is. That's healthy. But in that dormant time, and when we weren't on air, I was doing some deep reflection, and I was like, I don't want to produce anything that I don't feel. But also mental health is key.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
And long story short, I'm sorry. I feel like this. I don't want to take up most.
No.
But It's important to sit back and remember and to remind yourself of the power you do have.
Yes, and you're a Leo / a little Virgo, so you are speaking for. This is important for this episode because maybe the relevant. People that was in Leo or Virgo that was feeling what you were feeling as well.
Right.
So I feel like you speak on both parts. You could speak for both of them. So that's definitely important.
I
what
can.
You just said. Yeah.
I don't want to be like the only voice, but I can definitely lend.
You could speak on.
A character.
Right.
A complexion to it, like a little nuance to it. You know.
Absolutely.
So with the new moon in Virgo. I feel so like I was saying, I feel like Leo and Virgo both have at the forefront agency. Like, what can I do about my life to make it not only beautiful aesthetically, but beautiful, like make it feel beautiful to and to people and to leave my mark. And when you're doing the work, you don't necessarily think, how am I making this me? You're just doing your best genuine work, and then it just happens to be you. You know, and this is what I'm trying to get myself, and I'm trying to remind all of us to remind ourselves of, which is, it's everything you have is within. It's a matter of digging deep and remembering. And I think this is the perfect time to remember.
I think so too.
Our magic.
Yeah.
And what we are doing and how it contributes to us and how we contribute to it. It's always be reciprocal. And the new moons are always good for resetting and readjusting or realigning your intentions. And setting new intentions or checking in with yourself even.
Absolutely.
Just slowing down. I think that's important. I don't know.
What
say you?
No, I think so too. All the above that you mentioned. I know Leo. I have Leo rising, so I have a little bit of Leo in my chart. I don't have any Virgo, but I do have Leo. So speaking on that behalf, I don't know a lot about the moon sign Leo, but I do know that I get certain people. Sometimes people view me as a Leo. When they meet me, they're like, "Oh, I thought you were a Leo," or because I'm flashy, and sometimes I like to go a little extra.
Right. Well, ain't no such thing as a little extra.
Ain't no such thing as a little extra. You extra, you extra. I'm extra, bitch.
But that makes sense. So, the rising sign is what you see first. So for
a lot of people say, "Hey, I thought you were a Leo." And even now, people are saying, as I'm getting older, that, oh, you remind me of a Leo, now that my energy is getting up, more energetic and things like that.
And in tune with
you. Yes, and in tune with myself fully.
Yes.
I feel like I'm acting like a little bit of all the signs, all my placements, if that makes sense.
We talked about that a few episodes ago. We have about 100 episodes, y'all, between
Check
Spotify and
YouTube.
Check
it out.
Yes.
Come on.
Hush.
Yes.
Taboo talks. we don't have to say it at this point, but we have a whole plethora of episodes about the nuances of the signs and how if you are, we did speak about this. Ideally you want to be a combination of all the signs at their most mature point, because it's kind of like tarot. It's it's a story. It starts from birth and it goes to so-called death. It goes to the beginning of life to end of life.
Goes through the transitions.
And we all experience life, however long or short it is. We all experience birth and living and suffering, as they say, and enjoyment and pleasure and all of these things, and then we transform or transmute. We go somewhere else. So I think it's important to just remember that you are the driver of the ship. You are the sailor. What do they call? What are the drivers of the ship? And what's the nautical term? You are the captain.
Yes.
You're the captain of your ship, and I had to remind myself of that. And I'm glad that we had a little sabbatical so I could. I fell off with yoga. Y'all know I do yoga. Yeah. The hardest part is putting down the mat sometimes. Figuratively, the hardest part is the first step. They say the first cut is the deepest, the first step is the hardest. Yes. But if you build that momentum, if you are the momentum, and then you foster it, and you don't need a witness, you don't need anyone else to co-sign with you. It helps, but it's not necessary. Just be your own reminder. And don't be too hard on yourself. That was very helpful for me. And that empowers you to use your agency, with the Leo and the Virgo energy. Right. But sometimes Leos and Virgos can get in their heads. Well, we all can, but you know what I mean? It's what a perfectionism. Yes. And then
that's Virgo.
It's Virgo. Yeah. It's definitely Virgo.
Definitely. Look at Michael Jackson, Beyonce. Absolutely. They're all perfectionists. They want stuff right, which is, it could be a good thing. It could be a bad thing. But I say, when you feel you're losing control, think of all the things that you can control. That's what I do.
Amen.
In that moment, I can control my breath. I can control, what I'm doing in that moment. I can control my perception. I can control, I focus on the things that I can control. So it won't feel like I'm all over the place. And I read it in a book, and I don't know, I forgot what book I read it in. But
so many people spoke about
it. And the first thing you can control is your breath, is your breathing. And that's when you can go into meditation and go into, okay. And now I'm still doing that, because sometimes I feel myself slipping a little bit.
We're human.
Yeah, we are. And I'm like, oh my God. But I try to get it together with breath now, with breath work.
With breath.
Trying.
Spirit means breath.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like the word, etymologically means breath.
Yes.
So I didn't know that either until yesterday, years old or whatever it was. Excuse me. I said, all of this is centered around the actual breath. Like literally, you can remove all of these symptoms for which they prescribe pills, for which there are more side effects that you didn't ask for. Like all of the, not all, and I'm not a doctor. This is entertainment purposes. Like let's get all that shit out there. But from my experience, no one can take away your experience.
Right.
From my experience, I know that when I'm living in accordance with my body and listening to my body, like for some people, they need animal protein to thrive.
Yes.
The animal protein made me ill. So I don't do it. You have to listen
Everyone is different. Yeah.
Everyone's different.
That's what Kiki said too. When she tried to get off meat, it made her sick.
It made her sick.
Yeah.
And I've known a lot of people.
Needs,
and they were consciously vegan, and they wanted to do it not only for their health but for the world and for the animals and stuff. And then they actually had legitimate health issues from going vegan. So you do have to eat. I think the Asians call it dasha. DOSHA. Like you have to eat in accordance with your dasha. I think it has to do with your blood levels. And whatnot.
That's just like sex, and we could do a whole episode on sex, because we didn't do that.
That
your
might
sexual
be
chemistry,
the next one.
That has to be, because if you're, and I've seen this on a TikTok. The girl was talking about it on her live. I forgot her name, but she was like, when y'all be having just sex with anybody, and then y'all chemistry don't match, and y'all background and y'all lineage don't match, and everything, your ancestors don't match, and all that stuff. Y'all be having some demon babies, and this is gonna be controversial, but
this is what we do. This is hush hush taboo talks.
But I was like, that's true. Like, you wonder why certain children is like this or against you, or but it's true. But it's true though. Or throwing tantrums or this stuff, because you had it by a person that you was not in chemistry with, and I'm talking about physics.
And whose trauma you didn't know, and they might not know. They might not have known
their trauma, and their trauma, and that falls down the line to your baby inherits.
Oh yes.
Genes.
Yes.
Mentally,
we have
physically.
Memories from 100 generations before us.
And
I think we have the first woman that was a black woman, the first human that was a black woman. I think all of us have that genetic memory, and that's the first one. So of course we're gonna have something sooner.
Right. And they wonder why black people is always angry, black people is always mad. We have generational.
We have genetic memory for generations
that goes down the line.
We didn't do half of what we could have done, by the way. Like, you know what I mean? Like the atrocities. This is another issue too. But
that's another whole another episode.
Historically, we're very compassionate people, like Jesus-like.
But they didn't tell all the stories, because they would not dare let you know all the stories.
But once you're an adult, you have the responsibility, I feel, to educate yourself.
Otherwise,
you're willfully ignorant.
They ripped it from the history books. You can't even educate yourself.
Oh no!
Even if you wanted to.
No.
Because look, we can't even find our real last name.
We can't find. In 2023, on today, they're still doing the critical race theory. They're still theorizing our history as if it didn't happen, and as if the content of what happened is arguable. It's not arguable. We
go back. Well, we need to get back to the subject, because we need a whole freaking episode
Leo and
on
Virgo,
this, because I swear. Because let's get back to Leo and Virgo, but I'm gonna finish it with this.
Yeah.
I feel like, did I lose my train of thought? Oh no, I didn't. I feel like they want us to erase our history so bad, But everybody else can remember theirs. So
which gives them more agency and takes away ours. No, it's related. We're talking about. Yeah, it takes away our agency.
Yes.
It takes it.
But we have to remember 9/11. But we have to remember certain other things that played out in history. But you can't remember slavery. That's over.
And our history didn't start at slavery.
Absolutely not.
You know.
Absolutely.
First of all,
yeah.
like that. This is it. It goes really deep, and I think this is actually related. I think that this is something about
no,
agency.
we're going on a tangent.
This is not self agency.
It is. No, it is. No, you're right. You're right.
It is
right.
a tangent, though.
It
is. We get passionate.
Yeah, we do. We need this whole segment to be another episode.
Hey, listen. This can be a part 2. Yeah. We still have other part 2s to get to. We have the toxic masculinity, and then all of those things. We had the new moon. Mercury went direct. Now, I do want to talk about this for like a fraction of a second. The Mercury retrograde didn't bother me so much.
It didn't bother
Did you?
me like that.
You didn't get okay.
I didn't feel anything like that.
Perhaps y'all can speak to if Mercury negatively affected or affected at all your communication.
Yeah, and they said it could affect you positively or not at all or negatively. So I don't think it affected me at all. I didn't feel anything.
I don't think so either. And like 5 other ones have been in retrograde. So it's like, what's the fucking difference?
Right.
Excuse my French, but like I actually like, again, about the agency, this goes back to the point. All of these things can be going on. I don't know that we've had too much time where one planet was not wasn't in retrograde. I think at least one was.
Right.
So we can be direct. We can be the stability in our own lives. It's just a gentle reminder to remember the power, because agency means power. Agency means like alchemizing and making your life what you want it to be, curating your life to what you want it to be. We are the creators. Whether you're more creative or you're more left brain or right brain, we all have creative ability. So to tap into that and to remember that and to not let the bastards grind you down, so to speak. I think that's what this time of the year was. And autumn. I mean, shit, we're not like sweating our balls off anymore.
We're gonna do a whole episode on that too.
Stay tuned for spooktacular.
Yes, we're going to do a whole spooktacular season like how we did before. So we're gonna have tons of movie reviews.
That we didn't even touch before.
Touch on fall and how it affects us mentally, spiritually, and all of that in our next episode as well.
Absolutely. That's the natural AC season. Yeah. It's naturally AC out there. You don't have to use your condom.
I love it.
It smells so good.
And all the lantern flies is dying. So that's a plus.
And these lantern flies, that can be a whole... Snapping turtles. Girl, and then they want you to kill them and they're resistant as fuck. And I'm like... if I brush my tongue and I cough, then I blow my back out. But if I slap these things with a flip-flop, like a chancleta, they're like, oh, ow, I'm going to fly away. All you say is ow, and you fly away.
I'm so done. Okay,
and you're procreating?
You guys. Thank you for watching. Please tune
More
in.
To come later,
More to come. Thank you for watching Juju and Shay. Hush Hush Taboo Talks. Shay and Juju, you know what I mean. It's the same
both.
thing.
It's either
it's
or.
Both.
No.
And follow us on
Hush_podcast on IG. We're also on Spotify. We have a host of rich material on Spotify and YouTube.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank y'all. This is just a little check-in. We will come back with more, but
Thank you
we're just
guys
checking
again.
in. Thank you.